Remember when you were a kid in school and you get that little cool box of crayons? It was rad, but then you got that big one, you open it like, what the? There's all these colors in there, different shades, you're reading all the names. Oh yeah, if you remember any of those names, drop them in the comments. So check this out. We're gonna get to this chart right here in 1 second, one triad at a time. Let's backtrack. I'm giving you all the colors for ears. So the first triad we did, and I'll link the playlist at the end, is this one. And then we did this one. And these are all C major triads. Okay, and this one, then we did this one, we did this one. These are inversions. You'll understand that too. Today we're doing this one. So let's just do this real quick. Let's go over the information on the chart. Please share this. Let's help as many people as we can. I want you to keep coming back to these. This is going to be like your encyclopedia. Now I'm remaking all these charts one at a time, linked below. Grab it. There's going to be 2 pages in that chart, so in that little book, that little ebook. So let me explain. So on this one, you see how it says 3, 5, and then an R, right? 3, 5 root. And then you see the 2 red arrows. But let's go to the top left, and then we'll circle back to this part. So got to have a little bit of the language music. So a 3, 5, 1, okay? And the 1 and the root are the same thing, okay? So if you see right below that, you see how it says the R or root note is the same as the 1? So that's the 2 pages. In this case, let's just go to the next chart. So the first one has the R, this one has the 1. It's essentially everything on the chart is exactly the same, okay? So I'm gonna show you how to practice these fingerings, all right? Now, the DGB string set. Now my friend Eddie said, why don't you make a box and put it around the string set you're talking about so people aren't confused, because he was confused and people have gotten confused. So if you look on the left, you see how around the DGB strings, so we're using that as a reference point, that's a string set. So if you look, I've got the 3 on the D string, right? I've got the 5 on the G string, and I've got the 1 on the B string. So in this case, that fancy word first inversion, okay? A 351 is a first inversion. That's just how I like to talk about it, all right? What it means is, you see how the 3 right here is the lowest fundamental note in this triad? When the 3 is the lowest fundamental note, it's a first inversion, okay? If this makes no sense, don't stress it. The playing, the music, the creating is the most important part, okay? But later on, we'll get to 513s, where the 5 is the lowest fundamental note. That's the next set of triads after we've got 5 more major triads, okay? And we're gonna do all 12 minor, so stick with this. So here we go. Now on the bottom left, I had to put this on. The teacher in me is like, let me put some information, put this in your head, okay? Some of you know, some of you don't. Hopefully you do. If you don't, check this out. A triad, where does it come from? Okay, it's made from the major scale. The major scale is your blueprint for everything. Now in this case, I said we're in the key of C. So I didn't put the notes on there because I want you to know you can move this to any key. So as long as you know where the 1 or the root is, you can move it to any key. More on that in 1 second, so stay here. Do not leave. Those that have left, they will not win the war against the fretboard. So the C major scales right here. This is not on the chart, but watch. If I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's basically C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. We're going to keep these all in the key of C major because it's nice and clean. No sharps, no flats. But if I take the 1, C, and then, a triad is made from the 3 and the 5th note. So the 3, that's an E. And then, here's the 5th note. That's G, C, E, G, C, E, G. Okay? So that's what you need to make a C major triad. Now in this case, we're going 3, 5, 1 because we're playing an inverted triad. We're just flipping part of it as the lowest fundamental note. In this case, it's the E. So this is E, G, C, E, G, C. And that's a great thing you can practice. This is how you really want to learn the notes on the fretboard. And I've seen people teach it where you go like, C, 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 and there's C, or C, or C. That's cool, but it doesn't give you any context, so it's really meaningless. But learning stuff like this, E, G, C, and how that works, or if you go C, E, G, or C, E, G, or C, E, G, right? So this is the stuff you want to do. That's why triads are the glue. They're the bones of music. They're going to be the best thing you ever commit time to, okay? So just focus. Keep coming back here. Make this your little, encyclopedia of triads. I'm going to build out this playlist just one at a time, like we're doing here. Grab the chart linked below. Okay, so 3, 5, 1. Now, a lot of you have asked, too, some of these fingerings are kind of tough. How should I practice those? So, for example, the very first triad I did in this series, which, watch that linked at the end here, the playlist. Look at this shape. It's crazy. You're doing this on the E, A, D. You're doing C, E, G like this, but you're using your pinky on the root, and then you're using your ring finger on the 3, and then your so it's just crazy shape. So in this case, same thing here. Just kind of go like this. Don't even worry about playing the notes yet. Just go back and forth. And remember, rhythm is king, rhythm is queen. So always beatbox. Okay, and once you kind of nail it, just go. You come up with your own exercises, okay? So let's do this too. On the bottom part of the chart, you see where it says 3 to 5? I want you to kind of know too, how do we create a triad, right? So you see the 3 to 5, we stack what's called intervals, so the distance between two notes. So this 3 to 5, okay? This is a minor third interval, so we stack that. This is for the 351 triad, okay? And then we go from the 5 to the root, or the 1, okay? This is a perfect fourth interval. So minor third on top of a perfect fourth. That is a 351 triad. Now, do you have to know all this stuff to be a great player? No, but I love knowledge is power, and I think it's really cool. And trust me, there might come up a situation where you're playing with someone or you're in a recording situation. I'm just trying to give you everything I think you should put in your brain, burn it in your brain, and it'll help you. It'll empower you as a player, okay? So I even put that in the bottom left of the chart. 3-5-1 triad is made by stacking a minor third interval on top of a perfect fourth interval. Look. So sometimes you're even going to break apart triads. You're going to... All right, another great exercise before we can close this out you can do, just to practice one at a time, is you can go from here where a C major bar chord is, right here, C root note on the 8th fret. You guys have seen that bar chord. Even if you can't get the bar chord, it's okay. Come from the bar chord to the triad. Bar chord, triad, bar chord, triad, bar chord, triad. Just so you can get those fingers to land in the right place. Also, arpeggiate the triad. Pick it like this. The reason I'm giving you this whole foundation and I'm just going one at a time is to help you really commit these to memory, burn them in your brain, take the language of all of this music, make sense of it over time. Some of it, just trust me, if you put in the work and you don't even know one thing I'm saying right now, like the language part, you're just lost, it's going to happen for you. It's going to click. And that's my favorite part about showing you this stuff is when you loop back and drop a comment like, oh, and it happens all the time. Oh, I totally get what that interval is, and I hear it, and then you hear it in other songs, okay? So the goal is to eventually take all 12 major, and we've only done 7, and all 12 minor, because this is the last one we're going to do right here. This 351, that's number 8. That'll be this next video. And then we've got 4 more through the string sets. We got the 513s, which is a second inversion triad. But you want to make music. Bar chord, triad, bar chord, triad. Okay, now what's going on here is tight, solid rhythm. Shank. That's okay. I hit shanks too, but I didn't stop the rhythm going. I'm just moving triads around. So that's eventually what you're going to do. You're going to create licks out of triads. You're going to use triads to solo. So you learn this one, okay? You just learn how to create bass lines out of the major scales using the 1-3-5. Guys, this is why I'm showing you this stuff. And we don't need to go any further than there. So get the chart one at a time. Please share this. I know these triad playlists are going to just take off over time, but these are the kind of playlists where they're just like your encyclopedia or your dictionary for these. So just grab one at a time and just practice it. Just sit at the couch later tonight when you're binge watching whatever platform, Netflix. I've been watching, what's that show? Oh man, it's surfer dudes in Oceanside where I used to live. Animal Kingdom. So I'll just sit around and I'll do this. I've been playing for 35 years now and I still do this all the time. Practice different triad shapes like that, okay? All right, let me know how it's going for you. Drop a comment, please share. Let's keep this thing rolling. Oh yeah, keep your eyes peeled too. I've been doing like quizzes that come through the community posts. one a day. People have been loving them. It's like a little music theory quiz. So I'm super passionate about making sure you understand the language side of things if you want that. Now, I recommend you do. If you don't, you don't. But I'm going to keep putting it on here and keep showing it to you because I know tons of you love it. All right. Drop jellyfish or your favorite sea creature in the comments. Have a wonderful day wherever you are in the world. And where are you? Drop in the comments. I love that too. Hit that like button. Hit the subscribe button if you're new. You know, all the yada yada, all that jazz. I'll see you guys in the next video. Let's keep this thing rolling. Peace.